Hello students, welcome to Sri Jayendra's Rank Zone classes. I am your friend and mentor for coming classes with respect to business mathematics and statistics. This is lecture number 1st, chapter number 17, theoretical distributions. Now, in this chapter, you will be introduced in this chapter to the techniques of developing discrete and continuous probability distributions and its applications. Developing discrete and continuous probability distributions and its applications. Unit overview. Theoretical probability distributions divided into two parts: discrete, continuous. Discrete probability distributions, continuous probability distributions. Discrete probability distribution again divided into two parts: binomial distributions and Poisson distributions. Continuous probability distribution divided into normal distributions. Now, in this chapter, it may be recalled, we discussed frequency distributions. In a similar manner, we may think of a probability distributions where, just like distributing the total frequency to different class intervals, the total probability is distributed to different mass points in case of a discrete random variable or to different class intervals in case of a continuous random variable. Such a probability distribution is known as theoretical probability distribution. Probability distribution is known as theoretical probability distribution. Since such a distribution exists in theory, we need to study theoretical probability distribution for the following important factors. A. An observed frequency distribution in many a case may be regarded as a sample. It is known as sample, a representative part of large, unknown, boundless universe or populations, and we may be interested to know the form of such a distribution. By fitting a theoretical probability distribution to an observed frequency distribution of, say, the lamps produced by a manufacturer, it may be possible for the manufacturer to specify the length of life of the lamps produced by him up to a reasonable degree of accuracy. There is some accuracy. Okay. By studying the effect of a particular type of missiles, it may be possible for our scientists to suggest the number of such missiles necessary to destroy an army position. By knowing the distribution of smokers, a social activist may warn the people of a locality about the nuisance of active and passive smoking, and so on. Next is B. Theoretical probability distribution may be profitably employed to make short-term projections for the future. Theoretical probability distribution may be profitably employed to make short-term projection for the future. Factor C. Statistical analysis is possible only on the basis of theoretical probability distribution. setting confidence limits or testing statistical hypotheses about population parameters is based on the probability distribution of the population under consideration. Statistical analysis is possible only on the basis of the probability, theoretical probability distribution. Probability distribution is there, but theoretical probability distributions. They set the limits or testing hypothesis about the population parameters is based on the probability distributions of the population under consideration. A probability distribution also possesses all the characteristics of an observed distribution. Probability distribution also possesses all the characteristics of an observed distribution. We may define mean, median, standard deviation, mode, etc. Mean, median, mode, standard deviation, etc. Exactly same way we have done earlier. Again, a probability distribution may be either a discrete probability distribution or a continuous probability distribution. There is a two part: discrete probability distribution or continuous probability distributions, depending on the random variable under study. Two important discrete probability distributions are, first, binomial distribution, and second one is Poisson distribution. I think you all are familiar with the name of binomial distribution and Poisson distribution. Okay. Some important continuous probability distributions are normal distribution. Some important continuous probability distributions are normal distribution. Again I repeat, discrete probability distributions divided into two parts. First is binomial and binomial distribution, and second is Poisson distributions. Okay. And continuous probability distributions are divided into normal distribution. Now learn about the binomial distribution. One of the most important and frequently used discrete probability distribution is binomial distribution. One of the most important and frequently used distribution is binomial distribution. It is derived from a particular type of random experiment known as Bernoulli process, named after the famous mathematician Bernoulli. Binomial distribution derived from a particular type of random experiment, which experiment known as Bernoulli process. Okay. And Bernoulli process named after the famous mathematician Bernoulli. Nothing that a trial is an attempt to produce a particular outcome which is neither certain nor impossible. The characteristics of Bernoulli trials are stated below. First, each trial is associated with two mutually exclusive and exhaustive outcomes. The occurrence of one of which is known as a success, and as such its non-occurrence as a failure. As an example, when a coin is tossed, usually occurrence of a head is known as success, and its non-occurrence of a tail is known as failure. Coin has two sides. When you toss the coin, then either head occurs or tail occurs. If occurrence of head is occur, that's called the success. And if tail occurs, then that known as failure. Okay. Second, the trials are independent. Trials are independent because first time you toss the coin, at the first time you get the head. Now once again you toss the coin, means second time. So either you will get the head or tail. Okay, either you get the head or tail, but that not depend upon the first trial or first attempt. Okay, that trials are independent. The probability of a success usually denoted by P, and hence that of a failure usually denoted by Q is equal to 1 minus P, remain unchanged throughout the process. Probability of success is denoted by P and failure denoted by Q. Okay. The number of trials is a finite positive integer. The number of trials is a finite positive integer. A discrete random variable x is defined to follow binomial distributions with parameters n and p to be denoted by x b of np if the probability mass function of x is given by f of x is equal to p, x is equal to ncx, p raised to x, q raised to n minus x, for x is equal to 0, 1 to n is equal to 0 otherwise. If there is zero to n, at that time f of x is equal to ncx, p raised to x, q raised to n minus x. Otherwise, this function becomes 0. Okay. We may note the following important points in connection with binomial distribution. A, is n greater than 0, p, q greater than or equal to 0, it follows that f of x greater than or equal to 0 for every x. Also, summation of x, f of x is equal to f of 0 plus f of 1 plus f of 2 plus up to plus f of n is equal to 1. B. Binomial distribution is known as biparametric distribution as it is characterized by two parameters n and p. This means that if the value of n and p are known, then the distribution is known completely. Binomial distribution is known as biparametric distribution as it is characterized by two parameters n and p. This means that if the values of n and p are known, then the distribution is known completely. C. The mean of the binomial distributions is given by mu is equal to n into p. The mean of the binomial distributions is given by mu is equal to n into p. D. Depending on the values of the two parameters, binomial distribution may be unimodal or bimodal. Mu 0, the mode of binomial distribution is given by mu 0 is equal to the largest integer contained in n plus 1 into p. If n plus 1 into p is a non-integer, n plus 1 into p and n plus 1 into p minus 1. If n plus 1 into p is an integer. E. The variance of the binomial distributions is given by sigma square is equal to npq. Sigma square is equal to npq. Since p and q are numerically less than or equal to 1. npq less than np. Variance of a binomial variable is always less than its mean. Variance sigma square is always less than its mean, or npq less than np. Also, variance of x attains its maximum value at p is equal to q is equal to 0.5, and this maximum value is n by 4. F. Additive property of binomial distribution. If x and y are two independent variables such that x here into y b into p, then x plus y x b n1p y b n2p. X plus y, if you will add x plus y, then b is function of n1p and n2p. So n1 plus n2 comma p. Applications of binomial distributions. Binomial distributions is applicable when the trials are independent, like tossing the coin, and each trial has just two outcomes, success and failures. Toss the coin, there is either head or tail. It is applied in coin tossing experiments, sampling inspections plan, genetic experiments, and so on. Now, see the example, so you can better understand about this. A coin is tossed 10 times. Coin is tossed how many times? 10 times. Assuming the coin to be unbiased, what is the probability of getting? First is 4 heads, second is at least 4 heads, and at most 3 heads. Now solve the example. We apply binomial distributions as the tossing are independent of each other. With every tossing, there are just two outcomes, either a head, which we call a success, or a tail, which we call a failure, and the probability of a success or failure remains constant throughout. Let x denotes the number of heads. Then x follows binomial distributions with parameter n is equal to 8 and p is equal to 1 by 2. So q is equal to 1 minus p, 1 minus 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2. The probability mass function of x is given by f of x is equal to ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x. So you can put the value f of x n here. How many times tossing the coin? 10 times. So 10 cx p 1 by 2 x. Either you will get the head or getting the tail. 1 by 2 n minus x, so 10 minus x. So 10 cx 1 by 2 base same x plus 10 minus x. X minus x cancel. So 10 cx upon 2 raised to 10. So 10 cx upon 2 raised to 10 means 1024. Now value of x is equal to 0 to 10. So first question for the probability of getting 4 heads. Probability of getting 4 heads. So take f of 4, 10 cx upon 1024. So put the value of x is equal to 4. So 10 c4 upon 1024. So here 10c4 NCR formula. Do you remember it? N factorial R factorial n minus R factorial. 10c4 10 factorial 4 factorial 10 minus 4 6 factorial. It is 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 factorial. 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into 6 factorial cancel. 3 3s are 9. 4 2s are 8. 2 2 cancel. 3 7s are 21. 10s are 2 1 0. So put the value 210 upon 1024 is equal to 2105 2512. So answer is 105 divided by 512. Now second is probability of getting at least 4 heads. The first one is probability of getting 4 heads. So you can directly put f of x or is equal to f of 4. But here probability of getting at least 4 heads. At least 4. Again at least 4 head means least 4, minimum 4, maximum 8. Okay. So here p of x greater than or equal to 4. P of x is equal to 4 plus p of x is equal to 5 plus p of x is equal to 6 plus p of x is equal to 7 plus p of x is equal to 8. So it is 10c4 divided by 1024 plus 10c5 divided by 1024 plus 10c6 divided by 1024 plus 10c7 divided by 1024 plus 10c8 divided by 1024. Now 10c4 by 1024 we have already calculated this. 105 by 512, or you can write 210 upon 1024. So you can easily add. Okay, so now calculate for the 10C5. 10C5 is equal to 10 factorial, 5 factorial, 10 minus 5, 5 factorial. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 upon 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into 5 factorial. 5 factorial, 5 factorial cancel. 5 2s are 10, 4 2s are 8, 3 2s are 6 cancel. So it is 9 2s are 18 into 14s are 252 is equal to 252. So 10C5 divided by 1024 is equal to 252 by 1024. Same way for 10C6, 10 factorial, 6 factorial, 4 factorial. So 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 factorial. 6 factorial, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 6 factorial cancel. 4 2s are 8, 3 3s are 9. 210. Okay, so here 210 by 1024. 10C7, 10 factorial, 7 factorial, 10 minus 7, 3 factorial. 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 factorial. 7 factorial into 3 into 2 into 1. 3 3s are 9. 2 4s are 7 factorial, 7 factorial cancel. 4 3s are 12, 10s are 120. So 120 by 1024. And for 10C8. So 10C8 is equal to 10 factorial, 8 factorial, 2 factorial. So it is 10 into 9 into 8 factorial, 8 factorial, 2 into 1, 8 factorial cancel, 2 5s are 10, 9 5s are 45, 45 upon 1024. Now take addition of these all values, then it is 837 divided by 1024. Okay, so getting probability of getting at least 4 head is 837 divided by 1024. Now third one is probability of getting at most 3 head. Most 3 head. Maximum 3. Minimum 0. Okay, so you can write as probability of x less than or equal to 3. Probability x is equal to 0 plus probability x is equal to 1 plus probability x is equal to 2 plus probability x is equal to 3. So function 0, f of 1, f of 2, f of 3. 10C0 by 1024, 10C1 by 1024, 10C2 by 1024, 10C3 by 1024. So 10C0 by 1024 is 1 by 1024 plus 10C1 is 10 by 1024 plus 10C2 45 by 1024. 10C3 is 120 by 1024. So it is 176 by 1024. Now cancel 176 or 1024. 2 8s are 80. 2 5s are 10. 5 1 2. 2 44. 2, 256, 222, 128, 11, 64. So 11 by 64. Probability of getting at most 3 head is 11 by 64. Okay. Now move to the example 17.2. If 15 dates are selected at random, what is the probability of getting 2 Sundays? If 15 dates are selected at random, what is the probability of getting 2 Sundays? Solution. If x denotes the number of 8 Sundays, then it is obvious that x follows binomial distributions with parameter n is equal to 15 and p is equal to probability of Sunday in a week is equal to 1 by 7. In 1 week 7 days, okay, and 1 Sunday. So probability of Sunday in 1 week is out of 7 days 1 day, okay, so 1 by 7, and q is equal to 1 minus p. Q is equal to 1 minus p is equal to 1 minus 1 by 7, 6 by 7. So f of x is equal to ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x. Now put the all value. N is equal to 15 cx 1 by 7 raised to x 6 by 7 15 minus x. For x is equal to 0, 1 to 15. Hence the probability of getting 2 Sundays f of 2. So it is 15c2 1 by 7 square 6 by 7 15 minus 2. So it is 15c2 1 by 7 square 6 by 7 raised to 13. So 15 factorial 2 factorial 13 factorial into 1 upon 7 square into 6 raised to 13 7 raised to 13 15 into 4 into 13 factorial 2 into 1 into 13 factorial 13 factorial cancel 6 raised to 13 in denominator 7 2 plus 13 it is 2 sevens 15 sevens 105 into 6 raised to 13 upon 7 raised to 15. After solving this by calculator, approximate value is 0.29. Approximate value is 0.29. So probability of getting 2 Sundays is 0.29. Okay. Now next example. Example 17.3. The incidence of occupational disease in an industry is such that the workmen have a 10% chance of suffering from it. What is the probability that out of 5 workmen, 3 or more will contract the disease? The incidence of occupational disease in an industry in such that the workmen have 10% chance of suffering from it. What is the probability that out of 5 workmen, 3 or more will contract the disease? Now here n is equal to total is 5. Probability that a workman suffers from the occupational disease is 0.1. Because there is 10% chance, 10% 10 divided by 100, so it is 0.1. X denotes the number of workmen in sample. Hence Q is equal to 1 minus p. 1 minus 0.1 is equal to 0.9. F of x is equal to 5cx, 0.1 raised to x, 0.9 raised to 5 minus x. For x is equal to 0, 1 to 5. Here n is equal to 5. The probability that 3 or more workmen will contract the disease. So here 3 or more than, so it is 3 minimum, more than up to 5. Okay, so it is probability of x greater than or equal to 3. So it is f of 3 plus f of 4 f plus f of 5. So you can write 5c3 0.1 raised to 3 0.9 raised to 5 minus 3 plus 5c4 0.1 raised to 4 0.9 raised to 5 minus 4 plus 5c5 0.1 raised to 5 0.9 raised to 5 minus 5. Okay, so after solving this, 10 into 0.001 into 0.81 plus 5 into 0.0001 into 0.9 plus 1 into 0.00001 is equal to 0.0081 plus 0.00045 plus 0.00001. Approximate value is 0.0086. So, probability that workman suffers from the occupational probability of 3 or more workmen will contract the disease is approximately 0.0086. Now, example numbers 17.4. Find the probability of a success for the binomial distribution satisfying the following relation for px is equal to 4 is equal to px is equal to 2, probability of x is equal to 2, and having the parameters n as 6. Now solution is, we are given that n is equal to 6. The probability mass function of x is given by f of x is equal to ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x. Here put n is equal to 6. So 6cx p raised to x q raised to n minus x. For x is equal to 0 to 6. Here 4px is equal to 4. So first we have to find out the probability x is equal to 4 is equal to f of 4. Now put the 4 at the position of x. So 6c4 p raised to 4 q raised to 6 minus 4 is 2. So 6 in 6 factorial, 4 factorial, 2 factorial, p raised to 4 q square, 6 factorial, or you can write 6 into 5 into 4 factorial, 4 factorial, 2 into 1 p raised to 4 q square, 2 2 za, sorry, 4 factorial cancel, 2 3 za 6, 3 5 za 15, p raised to 4 q square. Okay, same way for 2, 6 factorial, 2 factorial, 6 minus 2, 4 factorial, p square q raised to 4. Same way answer, 6 factorial, 4 factorial, 2 factorial. So 15p square q raised to 4. 15p square q raised to 4. Now 4 into p of x is equal to 4. Multiply with 4. So 4 into p of x is equal to 4 is equal to p of x is equal to 2. 4 into, here you can write 15, value of p of x is equal to 4 is 15, p raised to 4q square is equal to 15 p square q raised to 4. Now 15 4s are 60, p raised to 4 q square, 15p square q raised to 4. 15 4s are 60. 4 p square q square p square q square. So q square cancel, p square cancel. So 4p square is equal to q square. So you can write as 4p square minus q square is equal to 0. But p as p not equal to 0, q not equal to 0. Here q is equal to, you can put 1 minus p. So 4p square minus, instead of q, it is 1 minus p square is equal to 0. So 4p square minus 1 minus 2p plus p square is equal to 0. 4p square minus 1 bracket open minus minus plus 2p minus plus minus p square is equal to 0. 4p square minus p square, it is 3p square plus 2p minus 1 is equal to 0. 3 minus 3 p square, it is okay. One another here 3p and p you can write. Okay, 3p minus p is 2p. So 3p square plus 3p minus 2p minus 1 is equal to 0. So here 3p common, in the bracket p plus 1 minus p, not 2p, minus 1 common, p plus 1 is equal to 0. So it is p plus 1 into 3p minus 1 is equal to 0. After solving this, p plus 1 is equal to 0. So you will get p is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 is not possible. So cancel. 3p minus 1 is equal to 0. 3p minus 1 is equal to 0. So it is 3p is equal to 1. P is equal to 1 by 3. That is the answer. P is equal to 1 by 3. Okay. Now next example. Find the binomial distributions for which mean and standard deviations are 6 and 2 respectively. Solution. Let x to be of np, given that mean of x is equal to np is equal to 6 and sd of x is equal to 2. Variance of x is equal to npq. Again remember, sigma square is equal to npq and mean is equal to np. Okay, mean is np and variance is npq. So mean of x is equal to np is equal to 6 is given. Variance of x is equal to npq is equal to 4 because standard deviation is given. Standard deviation SD is given. SD of x is equal to 2 is given. Variance means square of standard deviation. So it is 4. Okay. Dividing 2 by 1, we get q is equal to 2 by 3. So here NP is equal to 6. NPQ is equal to 4. Again NP is equal to 6, put into this equation. 6q is equal to 4. So q is equal to 4 by 6. 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6. Q is equal to 2 by 3. P is equal to 1 minus q is equal to 1 minus 2 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3. Okay. Replacing p by 1 by 3 in equation 1, we get n into p is equal to 6. Here n into p is equal to 6. Value of p is 1 by 3. And 1 by 3 is equal to 6. So 6 3s are 18. So n is equal to 18. Thus, the probability mass function of x is given by f of x is equal to ncx p raised to x q raised to n minus x. 18cx n is equal to 18. P is equal to 1 by 3. Q is equal to 2 by 3. Put into this formula. 18cx 1 by 3 raised to x 2 by 3 raised to 18 minus x. For x is equal to 0, 1, 2 up to 18. Okay. Now move to the next example. Example number 17.6. Fit a binomial distribution to the following data: x 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. F frequency 3, 6, 10, 8, 3, 2. Solution is: in order to fit a theoretical probability distribution to an observed frequency distributions, it is necessary to estimate the parameters of the probability distributions. There are several methods of estimating population's parameters. One rather convenient method is method of moments. This comprises equating p moments of a probability distribution to p moments of the observed frequency distribution, where p is the number of parameters to be estimated. Since n is equal to p is given, we need estimate only one parameter p. We equate the first moment about origin, aim of the probability distribution to the aim of the given distribution and estimate p. So, n p hat is equal to x bar. N into p hat is equal to x bar. So, p hat is equal to x bar by n. The fitted binomial distribution is then given by f of x is equal to ncx p hat raised to x q raised to n minus x. So, here 1 minus p hat raised to n minus x. For x is equal to 0, 1 to n. On the basis of the given data, we have x bar is equal to sum of fi xi upon n is equal to 3 into 0 here, 3 into 0 plus 6 into 1, 6 into 1 plus 10 into 2 plus 8 into 3 plus 3 into 4 plus 2 into 5. Divide by n. N means 3 plus 6 plus 10 plus 8 plus 3 plus 2, total frequency. N is equal to sum of frequency. So, after solving this, we will get 2.25. So, p hat is equal to x bar by n. 2.25 by n. So, n is equal to here 5. 2.25 divided by 5. 225 upon 500 5 4s are 20 45 0.45. Here n is equal to 5. Put into this. So, q hat is equal to 1 minus p hat. So, 1 minus 0.45 is equal to 0.55. The fitted binomial distribution is f of x is equal to 5cx 0.45 raised to x 0.55 raised to 5 minus x. For x is equal to 0 to 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, fitting binomial distribution on an observed distributions x, f of x is 5cx 0.4 raised to x 0.6 raised to 5 minus x. Expected frequency n of f of x is equal to 32 f of x. Observed frequency here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 0 f of x 0.0 if we put x is equal to 0 into this, we will get 0.07776. Now 2.4 expected frequency is n into f of x is equal to 32 f of x. So 32 multiplied with 0.07776. You will get 2.49, approximately 3. So the observed frequency is 3. Okay. So to satisfy the binomial distribution to the given frequency distribution, we will calculate this. Okay. So for 1, f of 1, 0.25920. So multiply with 32, it will get we will get the 8.29, approximately 8. I think it is observed frequency is 6. 0.34560, 11.06, 11. So it is 10 observed frequency. 0.23040, the expected frequency is 7. Observed frequency is 8. 0.07680, 2.46, approximately 3. 0.01024, 0.33, approximately 0. 2. So total is 1. Expected frequency 32 and observed frequency 32. So table 17.1 suggests that the fitting of binomial distribution to the given frequency distribution is satisfactory. Okay. Now next example 17.7. 6 coins are tossed 512 times. Find the expected frequencies of heads. Also compute the mean and SD of the number of heads. Solution. If x denotes the number of heads, then x follows binomial distribution with parameters n is equal to 6, p is equal to probability of head 1 by 2. Assuming the coins to be unbiased, the probability mass function of x is given by f of x is equal to 6cx 1 by 2x 1 by 2 raised to 6 minus x. 6cx by 2 raised to 6. For x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 6. The expected frequencies are given by n into f of x. So finding expected frequencies when 6 coins are tossed 512 times, x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F of x 1 by 64, 6 by 64, 2. 15 by 64, 3. 20 by 64, 4. 15 by 64, 5. 6 by 64, 6. 1 by 64. After put into this function, you will get the f of x, f of 0, f of 1, f of 2, f of 3, f of 4, f of 5 and f of 6. Total of these is 1. N into f of x expected frequency 8, 48, 120, 160, 120, 48, 8. Total is 512. X f of x 0, 6 by 64, 30 by 64, 60 by 64, 60 by 64, 30 by 64 and 6 by 64. Total is 3. Now x square fx 0, 6 by 64, 30 by 64 into x is 2, 60 by 64. 60 into 3, 180 by 64. 60 into 4, 240 by 64. 30 into 5, 150 by 64. 6 into 6, 36 by 64. 10.50. Thus mean mu is equal to sum of x into f of x is equal to 3. Sum of x square is equal to x square into f of x is equal to 10.50. Now sigma square variance is equal to 10.50 minus mu square means 3 square. So 10.50 minus 9 is equal to 1.50. So as the standard deviation or variance sigma square, if sigma is equal to under root of 1.50, approximately 1.22. Applying formula for a mean and SD, we get mu is equal to NP. 6 into 1 by 2 is equal to 2 3s are 6, 3. Sigma is equal to under root of npq is equal to under root of 6 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. 2 3s are 6. So 3 by 2. 3 by 2 it means under root of 1.5. So approximately 1.22. So this lecture is over here. Next time we will start with the example number 17.8. Okay. So see you soon. Bye bye.